Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. You better sit down because what's brewing right now in the NFL landscape is nothing short of explosive. Rumors are swirling around that the Seattle Seahawks might be on the verge of pulling off a blockbuster trade that could reshape the entire NFC West and redefine their run for the Super Bowl this season. The word is that the Seahawks are in talks to acquire Derrick Henry from the Baltimore Ravens, a move that's turning heads across the league. This isn't just a speculative rumor. Sources close to the situation suggest that Seattle is willing to give up a first-round pick along with some additional draft assets to bring in one of the most powerful, game-changing running backs in recent NFL history. And let me tell you, if this deal goes through, it's going to send shockwaves through the division and elevate Seattle's offense to a whole new level. This potential trade is reminiscent of the Seahawks' bold moves in the past, like the Marshawn Lynch trade back in 2010, which transformed their ground game and led to that unforgettable Super Bowl run. Adding Derrick Henry, who's 31 but still in his prime, could really give the Seahawks a serious boost in their rushing attack. Henry is a tank, a true power back who's been crushing defenses all over the league. In 2025, he racked up an impressive 520 rushing yards, which ranks him among the top RBs according to PFF, with an average of 5.4 yards per carry, 14 touchdowns, and forcing missed tackles at an incredible rate of 95. That's the kind of production that can wear down defenses and open up the entire offense. Henry's yards after contact average of 4.8 yards per run, and his ability to break tackles make him a nightmare for defenders, especially in the red zone. Now, it's important to understand the context here. The Baltimore Ravens, sitting at 9-4 and serious contenders in the AFC North, are facing a bit of a cap crunch. With only about $12 million in cap space, they're cautious about committing to an extension for Henry, who's currently earning around $18 million per year. The Ravens are prioritizing locking down their secondary and offensive line, especially to protect Lamar Jackson, who's been playing at an elite level with a QBR of 95.4. They're balancing their roster needs with cap constraints, and although Henry's production is undeniable, some in Baltimore are skeptical about committing that much cash to a running back at this stage of his career. Meanwhile, the Seahawks, with approximately $24 million in cap space, are in a different position. They're willing to absorb the hit financially because they see the immense value this move could bring. Imagine Derrick Henry teaming up with Kenneth Walker III in Seattle's backfield. Walker, who's been a beast himself with over 200 yards in 2025 and an impressive PFF grade of 89.0, would form a dynamic duo that could be the envy of the league. Together, these two could push the Seahawks' rushing offense to new heights, possibly totaling around 500 yards combined, a significant jump from their current 700-yard output. The impact on their run game would be staggering, with an expected increase of about 23% in run EPA, expected points added. It's reminiscent of the Titans' 2022 season, where Henry's addition of over 200 yards after contact helped turn their rushing attack into one of the league's most dominant forces. The Seahawks' yards per game on the ground could leap from 140 to nearly 190, and their red zone efficiency could jump by around 17%, making them a nightmare for defenses that struggle against the run. Adding Derrick Henry would also mean more than just yards. It's about establishing a mindset, a team identity rooted in resilience and physicality. The Seahawks have always prided themselves on playing tough, gritty football, and Henry embodies that spirit. His style of running, with powerful, punishing carries, is exactly what this team needs to forge a new era of dominance. Plus, with Zach Charbonnet emerging as a reliable backup with a PFF grade of 84.7, Seattle's backfield could resemble the formidable units from the 2010s that dominated through a powerful rushing attack, amassing over 2.0 yards collectively. This move could also have a massive impact on their Super Bowl odds. Currently, they sit around plus 500 to win it all, but if this trade goes through, those odds could tighten to plus 225, reflecting a 16% increase in winning simulations. It makes sense. A duo of Walker and Henry would be a nightmare for defenses, especially in cold-weather playoff games where the run game becomes even more critical. Their physicality and ability to grind out yards on tough defenses could make Seattle a real contender, especially against teams that are weaker against the run. And let's not forget, adding Henry to this team could send a message to the rest of the league. The Seahawks aren't just looking to compete. They're aiming to dominate, to establish a new standard of excellence rooted in a ground game that can control the clock and wear down opponents. It's about building a team that can grind out wins, especially in the playoff pressure cooker, where physicality and resilience often decide who moves on and who goes home. Of course, the decision isn't just about cap space or raw talent. It's about fit and long-term strategy. The Seahawks have been steadily building a team that combines speed, agility, and power. With the addition of Derrick Henry, they're emphasizing their commitment to establishing a resilient, run-first identity that can carry them deep into the postseason. It's about creating a balanced attack that keeps defenses guessing, and with Henry's proven track record, they'd be doing exactly that. His presence alone forces defenses to commit extra resources in the box, opening up opportunities for the passing game and allowing Geno Smith to operate with more comfort and efficiency. Now, if this move materializes, it could also have a ripple effect on the entire NFC West. The 49ers, who have been dominant with their balanced attack and stout defense, might find themselves facing an even tougher challenge. The Rams and Cardinals, both trying to rebuild and find their footing, could be left behind in the dust if Seattle truly becomes a ground-and-pound powerhouse. The NFC West has always been a competitive division, but with this kind of upgrade, Seattle might just leapfrog some of their rivals and solidify their position as serious contenders for the conference crown. Looking beyond just the immediate season, this trade would be a statement move, signaling to the league that the Seahawks are all in on their championship window. They're not just trying to make the playoffs, they're aiming for the title, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. The culture of resilience and grit that Pete Carroll has cultivated over the years would be amplified with a player like Henry leading the charge in the trenches. It's a move that could define this era of Seahawks football and set the tone for years to come. And of course, for us, the passionate fans, it's all about the excitement, the anticipation of what's to come. Watching your team make bold moves, upgrading key positions, and positioning themselves for a deep playoff run, that's what being a Seahawks supporter is all about. We've seen this team rise from adversity before, and with a move like this, the sky's the limit. So keep your eyes peeled, stay fired up, because if this trade happens, it's going to be one of the most exciting chapters in Seahawks history. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So as we look ahead, the possibilities are endless. The Seahawks, already a tough team with a solid foundation and a talented roster, could become an even more formidable force with Derrick Henry in the backfield. The combination of Walker and Henry would be a nightmare for defenses, and it could lead to some historic rushing seasons, pushing the Seahawks closer and closer to the ultimate goal, another Super Bowl appearance, and hopefully a victory to bring the trophy back home to Seattle. The city is already buzzing and fans are dreaming big. The power shift in the NFC West isn't just speculation anymore. It might just be a reality in the making. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Do you think this move is the game changer they need? Are you excited about the idea of Derrick Henry donning the Seahawks jersey? Let us know. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. We're in this together and the best is yet to come. Let's go Hawks.